Hey, Africa, do you have a tank that the gauge actually works on? No. What do you do with them? You get it just like automatically.
Back to me! Back to the road!
3010.
I know, I understand that, but every tank you have, none of them ever fucking work. This one work?
No.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I haven't seen yellow and blue.
It flips. The color flips.
You moving in?
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another fantastic episode of SwampFox Magfed. We're doing something a little different today. Today we're checking out some footage from our last Magfed meetup at OXCC in October. This was a second meetup that we ended up
supposed to be disciplined to walk through the puddle.
Attending. The first one, I believe, was in August, and it was still a little hot, and so this one was the second one that was held, and it was a blast. This is the first time I've played in a Magfed only game with this many people, and I met a lot of great people. Absolutely had a blast.
Just a tip.
Just a tip. Hang on, wait.
If you haven't done one yet, I highly recommend it because it was a lot of laughs and a lot of fun.
Yeah, yellow's down straight ahead.
This guy had a freaking rolly
But you can
bag
always
and we were
convert.
messing with him. It was funny.
Yellow and blue.
It flips. The color flips.
You moving in?
Kirk, what are we? The chopper? The choppers? Is that what he calls the airfield?
Yeah.
Right? So in the village.
One of the fearless leaders
Firebase.
trying to get a game plan together. If you guys haven't been to a Magfed meetup, I highly recommend it. It is a lot of fun. Our fearless leader.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mom.
So this was the first set.
I have no idea.
Are you in
We're
black?
just doing some
We're going
straight
right.
elimination,
Right?
and everyone's using first strikes for the most
It's
part.
paintball. Everybody gets shot.
And I never understood how different the gameplay was
I need a pallet.
when you're doing first strikes only. Mr. Liam.
Prison years. Is it? Yeah. Awesome. On the way back home?
Where you want to go?
These guys were hilarious. They were talking about Texas Roadhouse all day. So like 4 or 5 times throughout the day I'd hear them. They'd be like, hey man, you ready for Roadhouse? Yeah, I'm just ready for Roadhouse. It was freaking hilarious. They were an awesome group of guys.
Ooh, I'm gonna go left, I guess. Like no one went left.
I look forward to playing with them again. It's just a lot of fun. Everyone had a good energy. So a lot of the team ended up swinging right, and I figure I might as well anchor on one side, try to catch them in an open lane, and just kind of hold while the rest of the team pushed. This is my second meetup, probably like my 5th or 6th time using first strikes, and they are an absolute blast. It's just a little bit of an adjustment. I still haven't gotten.
There's one in the white
shot
barrels
down.
up there. There's one in the white barrels up there.
Just because I don't play enough. But I'm hoping to start going to these Magfed meetups more. The weather today was perfect too. Here's me and one of our teammates. Just kind of holding down this side. So
One in the bus.
I misread the
He's
rules.
on
I
his back left
misunderstood the
side of the
rules.
bus.
I thought this tree line where I was at was the furthest boundary. So as you notice, I'm looking inside because I feel like I'm on the edge of the map. But because I don't play at this field as much, this tree line to my left was playable, and it was the thick tree line on the other side that ends up being the true boundary. And so, yeah, it was a lot of a little misunderstanding
He's
on
in
my
that
end
fence. He's looking out the slot.
led to me getting blasted in the armpit. It was a good shot, but like I said, I wasn't even looking that way because I thought the boundary was right where I was at. And so,
Fence, slot, and bus.
tip number 1, always walk the field and make sure you know where the true boundaries are. And this guy, the same thing. He thought the tree line was the same way, and the guy was in the trees and ended up getting him. I thought he was further up, but come to find out the guy was, I think, in the tree line and just kind of hit him from the side. Because both of us are looking inside. We're not even worried about the tree line.
Hey, we got one in the bus, one in the slanted fence
But it's
looking at
cool.
us. He's looking through the
You
crack.
learn, you live, and you learn. But man, that was a gnarly shot that I get here coming up.
Lost one.
So he ends up getting shot, but we've got some more players trickling over. So it's just kind of, at this point, my plan was to kind of hold and let the guys, the majority of the team on the right, push.
Oh shit. Okay.
So I know we got a guy there. I just don't know how far away he is. I'm whispering. One of the awesome guys from Dead Man's Hand, Paintball team, their Magfed team that is always out at these Magfed meetups, and they take some fantastic
We got
photos.
one in the bus,
They make us all
one
look
in the slanted
so
fence,
much more
and there's
awesome
one
than we
way
actually
back
are, which is
watching the line.
freaking fantastic. So big shout out to them. Thank you guys for being oh, here I go try and shoot these guys. But yeah, just thanks for them contributing as much as they do. Like I said, they're all about the sport. They volunteer their time, taking photos, editing photos. I mean, just doing video, I know how much time that takes, and so my hat goes off to them for giving back to the community like they do. Oh, and there we got some fire coming in. Trying to figure out where it's coming from. And like I said, I probably should have paid attention and started looking in the woods, but in my mind, I didn't even look that way. I was like, I'm on the boundary, man, we're good. As long as they don't come straight ahead, we're golden. And that was my undoing. So we get a couple more guys trickling over, start filling up to the berm, just try to communicate.
Hey, he said there was one way back on the left watching the long lane.
And I think he's still way up in the back. I mean, because a lot of this has shorter trees, so it makes it harder to shoot those long shots.
Woo!
And there's the teammate. He's dispersing information to the rest of the guys. That's the cool thing about first strikes too. You can hear them whistle. It's like it's definitely unique. But the MG 100 platform, or the EMF 100 platform, is a fantastic way to shoot first strikes. I mean, it shoots them really smooth. Man, fire starts picking up, which means they're starting to push down the side. I'm like, oh, and there we go. Right in the ribs. Like I said, at the time, I didn't know we could play that woods. I thought I was on the farther side, so I wasn't even paying attention to that end.
Man, I thought the wood line was out of bounds.
But, note to next time, it's the far wood line.
Are we allowed to go in that wood line, or the wood line's the boundary on the
Wood
front?
line's the boundary.
Okay, because there's someone.
There's
There's someone in there right now. He shot because I was on the furthest edge, and he shot me clear in the side. So there's someone on the other team in that wood line.
Probably the aircraft guys.
Right?
Fed players.
I was
I was hugging the line. I came into the hyper. Get to the bus and I got whacked in the back. I'm like,
Yeah.
The Roadhouse crew.
yeah,
Yeah, just made me hungry for Roadhouse all day.
4, 3, 2, 1. Magfed game.
And they had some guys.
Thank you.
These guys were really cool too, but they were super aggressive, which was awesome.
Africa, do you have a tank that the gauge actually works on or no? What do you do with them? You get it just like automatically.
Magfed to me, Magfed to the road.
3000 tank. I know, I understand that, but every tank you have, none of them ever fucking work. This one work? No. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I have the same. Not here. There's a name on it.
The cover's so big on
So this was game 2. We ended up switching the gameplay a little bit. It was actually
Green smoke.
the gentleman that hosts this game came up with an ammo box kind of theme, and essentially he hides the box in the field. And the plan is to find the box and there's 2 smokes when you find the box. There's 1 color for each team, and you can't move the box until your smoke has been pulled and completely expended, which makes it kind of cool. So you got to sacrifice guys that go up, pull the smoke in order to initiate the sequence of taking it back, and then
and be careful.
once
Last
your
time
smoke
they
is
went
expired,
in the tree line,
then you can
that
move the
dude shot me
box. So
on the side.
it makes it pretty
Like, oh, shit,
interesting.
motherfucker.
Adds a little element of twist to it. We were doing single elimination plus the box, which made it really cool. And so
Get someone over there
what
and
ended
just
up
kind of anchor it
happening
down.
was the other team had some guys that just freaking ran. They were sprinters, and I give them props because you'll be able to see here. They freaking sprinted down that right side, and they pushed up super far. So again, we had a bunch of our teammates headed to the left in order to push for the box, and then a couple of us held on this right side here in order to catch the guys moving around. But yeah, they had some fast dudes on their team, and they ended up like from the break through the woods.
I see 2. I see 1 in the trees on the right. 1 went way. We got 2 in the trees. 1 running up the tree line. Hey, look right. I saw at least 2 go into that far tree line. They went deep in the trees.
And so at this point, I saw people moving. You can see them moving through the tree line and trying to push all the way up the tape and swing around us. And so at this point, I'm kind of trying to wait until they come into our line of sight and hold, so that way they don't push around the backside and getting us caught in some crossfire. It was kind of a cool spot too because it had both a stand-up as well as some smaller barrels. So I was able to conceal myself pretty
over there
well
at
and just
least.
kind of hold. We ended up losing a guy there. And we lost another guy too who pushed out way out on the tree line, and he ended up getting shot early on, unfortunately, just because they had pushed so many people to that outside. They were moving fast. It was this point in the day that I really appreciate the mask that I'm rocking, because I'm obviously looking in the direction of the sun, and that Bunker King command mask is absolutely fantastic because it has that little built-in visor, so it doesn't protrude too much, but it's far enough that it makes a little bit of a difference, especially in situations like this.
Hey, we got guys on the right. Tree
At this
line.
point, I can see them kind of posting up. They're kind of getting situated just
They're on
outside
our
of range,
side.
and it's only a matter of time before they start kind of opening up. So we're just, at this point, I'm trying not to give my position away too much, but trying to let the guys know behind me too that we've got people moving around the backside here. Just keeping an eye out, trying to see if I can catch anybody.
They're right parallel with me. They're right in this break straight ahead. There's at least 2 of them. I caught 1 right through here.
I can see someone in the bus. You know, you can kind of start to see people, but sometimes the overgrow with the trees just makes it a little bit harder to kind of thread the needle. We got one of our own guys up in the bus, and he's kind of sitting down low, watching the tree line.
Hey, Liam, you got 1 in the bus?
But yeah, these guys are no joke. It was a lot of fun. Like, it's definitely a blast playing with people who are all in the same playing field, as far as like markers and first strikes. And the key, I would say, if you're going to a Magfed only game, aggressiveness is key. Some of these guys were running up super far, and they were getting really good spots off the break.
We got those white barrels?
And that ended up being the decider on a few of the games throughout the day. It's just pushing up and getting those key spots. I mean, You can fight into them, I guess, if you want to kind of do the slow approach, but I feel like it's always easier to take the ground from the start. And that way you've got the advantage
this building
once you
to
make
my
it.
right. Hey,
Instead, we were
wood line
kind of
building
digging
on
our
our
way out
right.
of the hole a couple times. But, I mean, it's all learning. It is definitely a different game type. Oh, here we go. End up hitting a guy in the knee. One of them. But at that time, I think they already had like 4 or 5 guys back there.
Liam, I got one out of there.
Just kind of watch and listen. I don't know what the count is at this one either. We got a guy up in the tower, and he's helping me kind of hold some of these guys back.
Whew.
But it was hard to see people in the trees. It's easy when you see them like leading up too. And then you can see them kind of moving through, trying to catch a couple of them.
Do you see me squirted out that way?
Communication is key too. You know, playing these games, even though most of us have never played, some of us have never played together, just being able to talk. Oh, and that was it.
Hit. Good shot.
Man, that tree line was vital.
She was over here. What are you doing?
These guys were absolutely hilarious. It was a pleasure meeting them. They host a lot of games in New Jersey as well, you know, New Jersey, New York area. So if you play Magfed, some of those areas, chances are some of these guys are the ones that end up hosting the games that you attend. So, but yeah, they were a great group. Part of that group that was ready for Texas Roadhouse.
20 minutes and back at that fence. All right? Let's step off.
We gotta take our mags out, right?
Yeah, drop your mags.
Keep them safe.
All the rifles, drop your mags. Pistols holstered.
Pistols holstered, yep.
This is that type of game? You gonna figure it? Do you know that the I got him.
No big deal. Damn.
Thanks again, guys, for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. We'll have part
It's like that
2
weird thing when you
coming
guys
out
go to the
soon,
same school but we're in different classes.
to kind of split up the other
Can't talk
half
to 'em,
of
guys.
the day. Leave a comment
Damn.
down below. Let me know what type of paintball you guys prefer. Do you like playing big
Every
games
so
where
often
it's
I see
mixed
feet
hopper
moving
Magfed?
down below the
Do
tree
you
line, that'd
prefer
be it.
Magfed only
Reload.
games where it's smaller meetups, or do you like the larger scale Magfed only games?
Damn.
Leave a comment below. Let me know where you've played, what some of your favorites are, and hopefully for 2021 we'll see a lot of those awesome games back on the schedule.
Yeah.
Again, thank you guys so much. Remember, like, comment, subscribe, and we will see you on the field.